The Sasquatch is, quite possibly, the most famous cryptid in the world, with more reported sightings than nearly every other unknown creature combined. But, for as much as we do know about the American ape man, there's a lot more that we don't know. A lot of our understanding of the Sasquatch comes from shared details between different eyewitness accounts, but that's where it gets a little complicated. Although we can usually agree on a few different details, the creatures being hairy, much, much larger than the average man, and usually not wanting to be found, the similarities end there. Now obviously, no two different Bigfoot encounters are the same, and there are more than a few people who are pretty eager to stretch the truth when it comes to their purported sightings. It would seem that there is one thing that varies wildly between encounters: how paranormal the Sasquatch is. For example, a fairly significant number of reports state that the creature's eyes shine at night similarly to animals such as cats, raccoons, or deer. These animals' eyes shine because they have something called a tapetum lucidum, a layer of tissue in the eye that reflects visible light. This is usually found in nocturnal animals, as it allows them to more easily see in the dark. However, while it does seem that there's some pretty solid evidence that Bigfoot is nocturnal, or, at the very least, more active at night, if it is a naturally existing creature, a primate that's most likely related to gorillas or humans, the issue pops up that the evolutionary path humans or apes came from has long since lost the tapetum. If Bigfoot has one, it probably didn't come across it through any natural means. But there are far stranger elements found across many, many encounters that seem to suggest Bigfoot is much more than an upright walking, overgrown ape. The most common, and certainly one of the most bizarre traits I've seen pop up again and again, is something that's being nicknamed mindspeak. It's described as an ability that enables the Sasquatch to communicate using its mind. And, in all honesty, I am personally extremely skeptical of these claims, given their pretty fantastical nature. However, I have come across a very sizable number of sightings describing this behavior, including one from the star of the television show Survivorman, Les Stroud. If this is a made-up story, it would be very odd for a public figure to open himself up to the ridicule that comes with claiming to have psychic conversations with Sasquatch for seemingly no reason, and in addition, all the people who've reported it are either very similarly creative or conspiring, given that these stories do predate the internet. There are a very high number of Bigfoot sightings where the witness reported seeing UFO activity or strange orbs during the encounter or later in the same area. Could there be a connection between sightings of the American ape man and flying saucers? If so, it would explain why Washington State leads in sightings for both. What Bigfoot is most famous for, rather ironically, is the fact that we just can't seem to find the guy. Now, this has obviously led to a lot of speculation about how he's eluded us for so long. People in the natural camp chalk this up to the creature's high intelligence, desire to evade humans, as well as the natural camouflage present in the deep forest. People in the supernatural camp have some other ideas, such as that the Sasquatch is somehow interdimensional, able to appear in our world for very brief periods of time, only to return from whence it came. Others, yes, suggest that it has some form of cloaking abilities, similar to the Predator from the movie of the same name. Personally, I'm pretty split. There are too many shared details of the Timberland Titan's bizarre abilities to simply write it off as another forest dweller. At the same time, there are so many encounters that paint it as just that. So what do you think? Is Bigfoot natural or supernatural? Let me know in the comment section below.